Hey guys, hope you're all well. You know what? It was great to get out to a car event again after lockdown. So for the second year in a row, I attended the London Concourse held right in central London between Moorgate and Old Street. It's held in a 5-acre oasis of green at the Honourable Artillery Company. I actually grew up around here. There were over 100 cars on display, but of course I made a beeline for the newest of them all. In fact, it's not even out yet, and this is only a show car. The all-electric Lotus Evija, 2,000 horsepower and 0 to 300 kilometers per hour in under 9 seconds. Only another 20 kilometers per hour to its top speed. That means it could reach its top speed in around 10 seconds. I tell you what, it would take me longer to get out of it. Only 130 of these will be made, and the price is £2.4 million, about the same as Gordon Murray's T50, which, surprise, surprise, wasn't here. I would have expected it, but you can see my interview with Gordon Murray on this same channel, youtube.com/browncarguy. However, Jaguar Classic was here and they brought this D-Type continuation. This is the third of just 25 brand new examples of this classic mid-50s racing car. Meticulously hand-built, I should say, to Jaguar's original drawings and records, and costing over £1 million each. Also on display was an E-Type Reborn, comprehensively restored back to its original specification, complete with the highly valued and much sought after original toolkit. You can see it here. These beauties go from around £300,000 each, but if you have to have an E-Type, it won't get more authentic than this. There were, of course, a host of supercars on display, including the ultra-modern Mclaren Senna, and oh my god, the Ferrari F40, the original Countach, and a 365 GTB Ford Daytona. That's a cool Porsche, but I'll come back to that. But you see that white Lamborghini Miura just coming up in your view now? Do you have £1.25 million to spare? That's for sale. If so, let me know. And yes, at the end of this lineup, that big old beastie there, that magnificent beast, that is in fact the legendary Lamborghini 002, LM002 I should say. So this 1995 Porsche 993-911 was from the famed car designer Ian Callum's collection. It's his all-time favorite Porsche, but even more interesting was this super cool 1932 Ford Model B hot rod, customized by Callum himself, just as you would expect. It's so stylish yet so rock and roll. But I tell you what, I'd happily rock day in and day out in this lowered XJC. I've always loved these, and the color on this was exquisite. I don't even mind those oversized wheels. This is a cute little Mini. I mean, who doesn't love a Mini? He's owned this one for 23 years and will pass it on to one of his boys, but he hasn't decided which one yet. And of course, one of his most famous creations, the Aston Martin Vanquish, which saw Bond back in an Aston with Pierce Brosnan in Die Another Day. That would be a hard act to follow, as this little 1974 Triumph TR6 would have found. But in fact, Callum says that of all of his cars, this is the one he uses the most. This is Harry Metcalfe's 1970 Lamborghini Espada S2. Yes, he of Eva magazine and Harry's Garage. It even won an award. I met him here, had a lovely chat about his Lotus Esprit. This, of course, is Lamborghini 400 GT, and on the other side of that is an Aventador SVJ. If you're gonna have an Aventador, you might as well have this one in bright orange. Not sure about the positioning of that number plate though. Yeah, matte grey maybe is too subtle a color for an Aventador, but I tell you what, the grey kind of does work on the Murcielago, or Murcielago, how do you pronounce it? Anyway, I've driven a Countach, an Aventador, and the Murci, but I've never driven a Diablo. This one was fantastic in bright yellow and fearsome SVJ spec. Belongs to a friend, so maybe one day I can twist his arm. Would you like to see me review that? There was a Lancia Legends Line-up with, of course, a Stratos HF Group 4 and several 037 rally cars. And there were no less than 9 Ferrari 246 GTs, better known as the Ferrari Dino. Some people like to say these are not actually Ferraris because they didn't originally wear the prancing horse badge, but that's a load of nonsense. To me, everything about this car says Ferrari, and after all, they did manufacture them. Most eye-catching of all in this lineup was the cherry red Restomod version seen at the beginning of this lineup, with an uprated Ferrari V8 from a 328 crammed into it with 300 horsepower. The gold Ferrari 360 wheels divided opinion, but they were bigger because they had the bigger brakes in them. I actually loved it. This is a 1961 Facel Vega, very elegant, and this is a 1956 AC Ace Bristol that competed in the Mille Miglia. Now this thing is a 1953 Jarrett, launched in 47, it was very advanced for its day. Next up is a 1933 Talbot AV105 Random Plus Sports Tourer. This car has been raced in Singapore and lived in South Africa, now it's back in the UK. This is a 1967 Iso Rivolto Grifo, rear and right hand drive, and this is a much more modern Talbot, a 1982 Sunbeam Lotus. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and my pictures that you're seeing here. If so, please do subscribe to my channel, youtube.com/browncarguy. Subscribe to browncarguy.com and follow me on all social media channels. Just search for #browncarguy. Also at this event, there was the 100 miles per hour Hot Rod Club with some pretty crazy cars, and they had a bit of a rev off going before they were told off and shut down. So you'll see pictures of those coming up just about now. Here we go, crazy, right? Anyway, I recorded those rev offs, so I'm going to shut up now and let you listen to that. It's fantastic. So I'll see you all in the next video.